Hello everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Abiotic Factor. In the last episode, the thing of note we did was getting that neutrino emitter established, so we could send the override code to where the water drains out into the reactors. It's supposed to keep them cool. And then this episode, we'll be heading over there. We did a little bit of exploring, I think, last episode. I think I finally got an image of the giant swimming, it is technically swimming, water monster out by the hydro on screen. Last time I attempted it, I don't believe the thumbnail came out well. I'm watching the video, I didn't see it at all. So that sucked, but I'm positive it was there last time for episode like 27 or so. Hey viewer, I think we're all prepped for this. I'm pretty sure I've done everything I want to do off screen. So I guess what we'll do for this episode is just head right over there. I want to take a look around the base and appreciate what the base looks like, but I can do that later. Let's go ahead and get our first initial explore of this area done.
Containment failure. Please make your way to defense sector by any means available. Have an efficient and effective day.
We're going to bring a jump pad and 2 bridges with me as well, in case they prove useful while we're there. I guess we'll bring a chest as well. No chests. Just bring good stuff with you, Tim. And bring some ropes. Alright. Let's do it. So back to the hydro plant again. So we'll check, I guess, our gear really fast. So we're bringing all our gate cascade gear with us. 84 armor. Medium weight, that's fairly good. We have our makeshift headlamp. We're bringing our neutrino lantern. Substantially reduces incoming radiation is what this says. So hopefully that will help us carry some radioactive food out with us, as we are running a little low on that, I think. At least mushrooms, if we find any over there. And a spuddy. So that this way we have a chance to get some better drops from any new creatures that we see. Equipment-wise, our quill rifle, a mag bow, and our grinder for weaponry, along with some thermite molotovs. Tech bandages, in case we begin running into creatures that begin to have more heavy bleeding on us, since we're not bringing our hexwood set. Some healing that we will be bringing, and a cane sword this time to start. Which means I did not need to bring the combat knife. Alright. And good morning, everyone. It is March 15th. I just got done eating lunch. It is 10 o'clock in the morning. Yep, I eat an early lunch. Breakfast is whenever I wake up. Lunch is always around 10 or 10:30, assuming I woke up somewhat earlier. Dinner's at 5. Alright, Tim, what are you going to talk about on the trip over there? Well, we're going to be seeing a lot of new stuff. We don't have much time to talk about something that's too new. So I guess we'll just reflect on the things we've done so far in the game. So, it is July 30th, so we have not yet spent 6 months in-game so far. I believe we started at the beginning of March, if I recall. This is actually the quickest I've effectively beaten the game's content for everything up to and including the hydro dam. Was a lot more focused this time around than I normally am. I did quite a bit less farming than I thought we did. Than I have done in the past too. We started out in the office sector, remember? That from a long, long time ago. Established our first base over there in the cafeteria. Eventually made it to Antiverse 2, then to Flat Hill, moved the base up to the security room in that sector that overlooked Manufacturing West. We then were able to access Manufacturing West after acquiring some power cells. found quite a few new enemies over in Metroid West. That's where we first bumped into the Order soldiers. And we'll have to do more of a slight summary reflection later. Oh, I see everyone here has moved.
I don't know what you're going to find there, but it has to be better than this. Doesn't it?
No. It could be a lot worse. Where's your friend? By the way, hold on a second, viewer. Where's your friend? Where's the black guy that was wounded? Is he still wounded? Right in his jaw. Man, you guys take a lot of damage. I just want to check on his friend, which we need to get over here. So we might as well have killed that guy. Oh, he's gone. Where is he? Well, hopefully that means he's doing better. Better enough that he actually... Is it another order key? Now our inventory's halfway filled already. Should have brought that chest. Alright. Well, viewer, that's enough delaying. Let's go ahead and head on into this place. Probably safely assume that we can walk back into this. We teleported back upstairs. Let's give it a try. Yeah, the water's a bit weird. It's not like it's a single slide that you can't get back up into. It just teleports you. They're teleports. So something special about this water, or perhaps us, allows us to traverse this in either direction. There's our Witch Hunter Inquisitor again. Hello, miss.
The moment arrives. The way is open. Proceed, but know you tread into the sight of fate. All that will be is decided. What would you have me tell you, child? A rhyme to settle your sleep? I have no such stories.
I can tell that when she glanced up briefly, she's wearing a mask that's like a skull. Maybe she served as a chaplain for the first. No, Space Marines are all dudes. She couldn't have done that. You see her mask? There you go. Briefly, you can see the upper jawline there and the teeth for the skull she's wearing. I say, is her actual face. Let's change the topic. Let's sit down. Let's see where this goes. I did not bring any swimming gear with me. Now, I didn't throw myself directly into this water. Remember that I have been here once. It was about a week or two ago now. I think actually a week and a half ago. So I knew this was safe, but I didn't really explore down here very much. I don't see anything down here that looks like we can retrieve it, nor any path we can take. Some gigantic, lily pads effectively down here too. They don't seem to be bothered by the weight we're putting on them. Alright, nothing above us. We can't take that exit. Interesting little area that is here. Now that I'm dancing around. We'll probably never actually come here ever again. Okay. Our objective is to head into this X6 area and find out if there's a way to access a tram or some place that allows us to traverse back to where we came from without getting too lost. That was lucky we just didn't die. If we had fallen onto the pavement from that height, would have cracked both our legs. Oh, beautiful mushroom forest up ahead of us. Look at this. And some more growth. You know, we didn't actually use the anti-thermite to burn away the one webbing we found earlier up by the apartments, did we? And this also requires more anti-thermite. Okay, well then maybe it's a good thing we didn't spend it. We can burn away some of the growth here instead. I'm unfamiliar, viewer, with mushrooms that don't rot away very quickly. But I'm guessing that doesn't happen here. These must be rather stable shrooms. I know very little about mushrooms, but I get quite a few of them growing in my yard, and they only last about a week before they're all black and rotted away. I mention that because this place must, assuming I'm guessing these are stable. Otherwise, this place would be just an awful nightmare of rot. And filled with spores. We didn't bring a mask with us. Should take a look and see what else is here. Ooh, I don't know if you guys can see. You probably can't. It's always darker on YouTube. But I can make out a tunnel under the water in this way. I'm going to assume there's nothing hostile swimming underneath here with us. Yeah, that's what I saw from earlier. We didn't bring our swimming gear, so we're not going to be doing any significant exploration of the water. What's within the water this episode. We'll quickly glance around. Right, nothing that I can see. Well, let's head up. Flower petals, perhaps? But not actual flower petals, but rather spore petals. I don't remember what the different parts of a mushroom is called. But it's like the bits of the mushroom's dome are flaking off. Beautiful. So the order is here as well, is what that tells us. Since we see a lab rat. Power services. Oh, I guess let's head on in. pretty picture. Nice area here. A good spot, perhaps, for a satellite base. Right in this area. Oh, there's a toilet right nearby, too, so we wouldn't have to bring one. Actually, if we're going to build a satellite base here, and I'm thinking we probably will, we can leave some of this stuff behind. Now, we're going to be exploring quite a bit slower, viewer, than what you saw in the past, because this is effectively new to me. I hope you have a good memory of my first time here. Corruptio! Gonna run right at me? Yes, he was. Photo of a gentleman holding or a lady holding a rock. Apoya photo frame. Interesting. Can stay here. Yeah, nice. This is actually a decent spot for a base, I presume. Though we don't know what's around us. It might take quite a bit of effort to get back to this location. So we don't want to. We don't want a large base set up here. What were they reading? What were they sending information about here? What was the main... This is power services, so probably a lot of... Well, maintenance to make sure everything's working properly. We don't know what type of reactors are down here, just that there are. Probably... I guess it's... They use a... Are they like a hydro power down here? For the water? Or is the water used for cooling for like a nuclear reactor? Waterbot. I have some concerns about Dr. Waitman's work on Waterbot AI. You have my attention. I read his proposal 12 months ago, and he's strayed a long way from its original parameters. He's integrated elements of IS-142 with almost no documentation or precautions. It's extraordinary work, but needs oversight. The Waterbot is good for morale. People love it. I don't see anything to be concerned about. It's doing a good job with the plants, too. They share code base with security bots and defense bots, but integrates living technology from a poorly understood IS. Why am I the only one concerned? I agree with Dr. Derek Mans. Just because it's currently friendly doesn't mean it will remain so. But looks like this is where the bot was created. Oh, they're setting up a bot spawning system here. What was the yes bots from New Vegas, which seemed friendly enough unless you sided with them, and at the very end you realized they were going to take over. You were not going to be the one in charge. They were. Kill me. Wow. Who do we talk to about getting some entertainment down here? I've been studying the plant life, but there's nothing on the TV during breaks except Saved by the Bell. And it's not even this season. It's awful. I'll pass your complaint on, but don't hold your breath. If it's any consolation, I hear the TV's worse further down you go. In reactors, it's all home improvement. It's a good thing I don't have a clearance to open the gate to reactors. I liked Home Improvement. Home Improvement was good. It was better than Saved by the Bell, I thought, at least. Not that I would want to watch either of them for very long. I haven't watched television viewer since... I think since about 2002 was the last time I put on the actual TV. Guess we'll just take everything out of the drawers and move it. You have a stove here too. And a refrigerator. Yeah, they want you to set up a base here. This feels like a great location. Look, you get a little cupboard. Someplace for a microwave. Although I guess microwaves. This is 1990s. This is 1990s. Did microwaves exist in 1993-ish, which is when this game takes place in? I don't remember when I had my first microwave. And by I mean my parents, I suppose, in this instance. Oh, you got little closets too? I like this place. It would be fun to set up a base here, I suppose, but we don't need to do that. Dog! Look how happy that dog is. Oh, more abstract art is here too. Look at that painting. Nice big open area here for like a larger, I guess. Actually, if you built downstairs your crafting bench, you could put all the storage up here, and then downstairs you could put a distribution pad. Oh, they even give you a little military cot for your first time here, huh? Guess we're going down that way. Ah, this meaty stew gives us more carry capacity. We have mushroom peccaries and carbuncles up here, which would make sense. Be a little careful. We didn't bring our gas mask with us. Which means we can get sick if we're not careful. There is a refrigerator, but it's probably not hooked up to anything, is it? Oh, hey! Device requires packaging. Okay, we actually have to take it apart. And then we can replace it. I just want this to have power. That we can stick this into it. Okay. Oh, I'm assuming does this bring us back up to? Yes. The sub. Oh, but now to get back, we have to go back down through this passage. This one didn't actually open up. Okay. Actually, viewer, so why not? Well, no, let's keep exploring. We're here. Keep exploring this area at the moment. Oh, it's already 6 p.m. We've already spent a day here. Oh, you even have some water here. Well, there's water all around the place, but it's right here in the building. I guess you could set up hydroponics up here. Or in this area. might be a fun little project I do off-screen, setting up another entire base in this location. Okay, so... let's see what else was up here. More mushroom carbuncles. Like, yeah, how do we get into there? It's a little gated area. Not from this side. Okay. Oh. I like it. Clear the obstruction. This is a tram station. Oh, and we need a controller module to open it up. This goes right back to where we came from. Alright, so the tram brings us here. That's not so bad. I'll still want a satellite base here. Taking 2 or 3 trams to reach this location is a bit time-consuming.
This is Dr. Derek Mance. I'm pleased to report that Gate's first on-site perforation event has been a complete success. It required the full energy resources of both the hydro plant and reactors, but we opened a stable portal to Antiverse 2. Unfortunately, we had to close the gateway sooner than expected, as spores from that realm infected the area almost immediately. Their rate of growth is extraordinary. Scouring the spore residue will take weeks, but if left unattended, it would soon be a jungle in here. We'll have to investigate that once Dr. Newman's project comes online.
Check-in approved.
Oh, look at this! A little secret area. I don't know if we need more of what these grant us. But we'll take them. Runic crate. The gatekeepers. We'll be killing them in order to get supplies. Okay, so we have a good feeling for this area. At least this particular spot. Let's go back home and prep for a more permanent way to get over... permanent. Yeah, we'll set up a satellite base here. And we'll bring a tram key with us, too. Mushrooms. Sorry, viewer. Not doing much chatting at the moment. We're gonna just break down some of this stuff. Did we make a peccary's helmet? I don't think we did. That was something we could have made a long time ago. Why don't we make it now? It actually could prove useful where we're going. Let's see, so... Peccary helmet. A spore peccary helmet. Here it is. Wearer is immune to spores and other airborne viruses. Healing is further increased while sitting. Now we look like Samurai Jack. This kind of reminds me of one of those reed helmets. I don't actually know what they're called, but it looks... I like the look of it. It looks pretty cool. And since we're dealing with mushrooms, I guess we will stick... spores. We will stick with this. Cinco tomato. Okay, so
Pizza Friday.
if we're gonna be going back over there, you want? I guess you can go out, bouncy. We'll bring a storage crate, some lamps with us.
Friday.
We'll need another crafting bench. Actually, we should also... The first thing I should make is one of those tram station keys. Check. Change of plans. As quick as I can do this, which is not going to be very quick. We'll come back. I have the excuse to go and farm some Security 1 bots right now, so let's go and do that as fast as I can. Maybe we can kill 2 of them. You always want more office CPUs. If nothing else, trade them in for anvils, and they can break those down for metal. But they're using a few still useful things. We haven't seen what obstruction we're supposed to clear yet. Get around to that. Today... we're here for you. Fall to the ground, I'm already hacking you up. I do feel kind of bad or guilty. Like I feel bad for any creature in any game, even if it's AI. If I keep it stun locked, I always feel like it's so cheesy. You, Exor. Seen us. We'll deal with it too, I suppose. And check. We should have time, maybe, to get over to our original base. No, we don't. No, we don't. Okay, so just 2 bots. Maybe we do. Come on, let's give it a try. Of course, I didn't bring the teleporter with me. That's still charging. No. Well, we could. We could pack up this base. Nothing spawns here. Like, no enemies spawn in this base. So, we could just take at least this with us. And the battery for it, too. It's gonna be a long, slow walk, though, back.
Attention.
We'll take this with us. It'll save us time with creating one and using a bunch of resources on it.
Remain in trace and wait for security assistance.
See, what did I do off screen? As long as you're not doing a whole lot of talking. Off screen, I cleared the train and went back to Canaan again for more hexwood and some lodestone parts. I made some lodestone bolts also, which are kind of expensive, requiring 1 lodestone. Or I would consider it expensive if it wasn't for the fact that the lab rats actually have a chance to drop that resource now. I should really go out of my way sometimes, sometimes. I should always be hunting. If I see them, I should be killing them. Or chasing them down. Alright, Tim. What else can you talk about? You're going to be doing a little bit of miscellaneous stuff before you head back out. Well, let's think. We were going through my Steam library a little bit. Like, it's a huge library viewer. We would run out of time in this playlist before we covered every single game. Even talking about each game for like 5 minutes, it would still be a huge amount of time. I have over 300 something games. I think instead we're going to do something else, something a little people might consider spicy. And I have some what people would consider bad takes when it comes to certain games. There's quite a few games that I think are beloved by the world that I feel quite a bit differently about. And so I think it would be fun to talk about some of those games that I have a low opinion on compared to everyone else. So I guess we'll just start babbling and we'll see how far we can get before we're out of time and we're back over in the reactor land. 1 second, just putting this stuff away. Okay, so let's talk about one that shouldn't be too shocking to people. Long time ago, viewer, back in 1996, I had picked up the very first Elder Scrolls game that I was going to play. Elder Scrolls 2, known as Daggerfall. And it had to be one of the worst games I have ever played. It was advertised as this massive world for you to explore. And it was set in a unique universe with all sorts of different races as well therein. You could play a lizard man if you wanted to. Or a cat person. I can't remember what the cats were called in that game series. It was 500 megabytes, I think. I think that's right. Half a gig, I believe, to install the game. My goodness, that was massive for a game back then. Nowadays, you have games like Stalker 2 or Star Citizen, which are hundreds of gigs in size. You're flipping kidding me. A whole 2 terabytes sometimes to install a game. Sorry. Let's see, I should continue doing this sort of thing. My father was kind of horrified at how much space it required, but we had a somewhat sizable disk back then, so we were able to find space for it. upon playing it for a little while, I realized that although there's a lot in the game to go to, like there's a lot of places in the game, there's a massive world for you to walk around in the game, but it's all the same. The towns don't really differ from each other very much. It's just the names of places are slightly different. As if it was like the worst of procedural generated content. In that, it like, you could tell it pulled names from like a list to make like the first and last name of like taverns, for example, like the Salted Pig, and another town would be the Salted Boar, or stuff of that sort. So I could recognize immediately that, hey, this is like, sure, there's like 100 towns, like actually there's like 1,000, 2,000 towns, or more than that, but they're all the same town. They look slightly different sometimes, but for the most part, it's the same thing over and over again. So there's no reason to explore really any of them. And the dungeons were comprised of these modules that were slapped together. When you, the first time, first time might be wrong. So after like the third or fourth time, you're in a certain type of dungeon module. Like, oh, this is the area that has all these long tunnels and staircases, or oh, this is the watery area of a dungeon. You know what the layout is of those locations, and where the creatures spawn, where all the loot spawns as well. It was really boring. It was really boring. It was awfully balanced, also. All the creatures in the game gained levels when you did. Which I've never been a fan of that. At all, ever. I hate that. I don't want creatures to get stronger as I do. Or rather, I want other creatures to exist that are stronger than the ones I was fighting. But I don't want all the... Like, I don't want a pest that we're fighting right now that takes, like, 2 swings maybe to kill, to take, like, 30 swings to kill. That's just stupid. It feels so wrong. And the game was balanced that way. The main... hold on, what are we doing, Tim? Alright, hold on. If we're setting this up... Did I not build? The trams... Oh, did the tram key go somewhere? One second, viewer. I'm just now realizing... I don't have a tram key? I know I made one. It went somewhere. Oh, then I guess we could just make another. Yeah, that sucks. I hate when I'll have to check everything off screen, all the containers, and see which one it zapped into. Okay, so we have our crafting bench. We have a battery. That should be good enough to start. Oh, of course, I put it right there. Of course I did. Okay, well, we'll take this stuff now with us. Looks like there's good fishing down there, so we'll take that too. Okay, that's good enough. I guess if... No, there's a toilet there. Okay, let's head on back. Oh, no, let's not head on back. We're gonna want a teleporter so we can we can zip back to this place. Okay, there we go. We'll want a charger while we're over there. We're gonna need a plug board, and we'll need another battery. Holy crap. Just like that, now we're we're overburdened. Okay. It should be a simple matter of walking over there again, so we can move some of the heavier things to our inventory. There we go, to give us a little more speed. the game was buggy. Very buggy. So buggy that you could not complete the main quest. Quests would spawn without spawning in their objectives, like a creature for you to kill. Just wouldn't show up, or the item for you to pick up was gone. Sometimes an item that was needed would not be generated for your inventory. I'm talking with main quest characters, and you couldn't make any progress. Your game would be soft locked. The game would crash. You'd fall through the world when adventuring through the dungeons. It was awful. The game was what was perhaps the worst game I have ever played. A buggy, soft locking mess filled with nothing but the same things in it. The music was bad. The balance was bad. The character creation didn't work properly. There was a bunch of like perks you could take and none of them worked. There were supposed to be these little passive buffs that all the races had and they didn't work either. Improving skills was how you leveled up. And many of the skills you could take were just useless as well. Like all the different languages you could learn didn't matter at all. You couldn't speak to any of the creatures that you met. They might not attack you if you understood their language, is what I remember correctly. There were all these recipes to craft different types of potions and what have you, but only a handful of them were useful. When it came to the character classes in the game, you only ever made a custom class because all the base classes were just terrible. It was awful. It was an awful game. that's my memory of Daggerfall, Elder Scrolls 2. A terrible, buggy, glitchy, boring, unbalanced mess. Terrible. Absolutely horrible game. And today, I believe it's considered a classic. I don't understand how. You couldn't beat the game without tons of mods. And on that note, I guess this lets me segue perhaps into a different topic. Daggerfall was the reason why I swore off any other games from Bethesda, with my belief that if Bethesda was willing to release a game in this state that I paid like $50 for all those years ago, why would I buy another game by this awful company that just releases garbage like this? It was like they couldn't fix their own game. It was utter trash. Well, I did play New Vegas, which was a Bethesda game. And I don't think they were the ones who developed the game, but they were the producers behind it. So, and New Vegas was great. I didn't like Fallout 3 very much at all, but I did like New Vegas. And then I think the last Bethesda game I picked up was one by accident, was Doom 2016, which I decided to give to play, but that game was a buggy mess. A great game if you don't mind the game crashing to desktop randomly every like 15 to 30 minutes, and it's indicating that all your saves were corrupted, that you must have been cheating and forced me to delete all of my save games and then reinstall the game and start over from scratch again. As much as I did like the gameplay for Doom 2016, it was a terrible game because of those things. So for me, once a game has bugs of that sort, once a game... Oh. I didn't want to do that. Well, actually, I guess we don't care. Let's get this all hooked up now. Do I have tech scraps, Tim? No. Okay, then this becomes a lot more awkward. Because you need to power this. Where is there a power socket? Oh, there's one right there. We can do this. It's going to be a little ugly, but we can do it. Let's see. So we put you... Oh, hold on. There is tech scraps there. Alright, let's see. If a company does not care enough about their game to make it work such that it can at the very least be playable, let alone beatable, then I have a bad opinion of that company. Oh, this is not what we want to do, Tim. Hold on. I don't want the battery there. I want the plug strip here. And then the battery can go. I guess we'll put it back up here. You know what? Hold on. Sorry, I spent too much time always doing this sort of thing. No, I didn't want to do that. Okay, let's see. Okay, we'll have a repair station here eventually. I guess we'll just put you here. And random crap can go into these at the moment. Let's see. So, put one there, we'll put another one here. Crafting mats. We're going to put the charging station on top of this. Our other battery. Perfect. We don't need this fishing setup yet. I'll just stick it on top of this at the moment. Remind me, it's here. And then put up some lights. Let's roll the space goes dark, we can actually see around down here. Probably grabbed all these extra ones. Okay, now we synchronize this. Oh, with this, what are we calling this place? Okay, we can always come back here. Okay, so let's take out all the rest of this loot. Stick all the loot away. The 2 keys. Okay, all done with our initial satellite base setup. This does not have a portal suppressor, so we're gonna want one of those here too. Time check. Oh wow, already 3. Okay, sorry about that, viewer. It took us a while to set that up. Want a fridge for that too. All right, let's get the tram online and see where it takes us. I suppose we could do that later. We'll wait till it's approaching nighttime. Let's explore a little more of the fungal forest here. So we can hear a peccary or a exor around. Necessary to put the aquarium, I suppose. If I was to actually... So we're not going to. But if I was to move the base, our main base here, we would still have the difficulty of Lucy to then be concerned about. Oh, look at the, like, mold growing by this one. Can we go into one of these? You cannot. I assume you can't destroy them either. Oh, you can! Can you? You cannot. Okay. Really tough fungus. There was a game I had played where you can make... You could get... like fungus wood and make armor out of it or something. What game was that I had played? Too long ago. I can't remember. Myco something. It wasn't Gene Forge, Tim. I don't remember. It's been a while since we've snuck behind a creature to get some sneaking experience points. Where do you go? Nowhere. You are just a runoff. I've been here only once. So this, and my brother Joe and I had... I did not do too much exploring of this area, and he pushed onward and unlocked other areas. So this is effectively, once again, new for me. Oh, a buoyancy lab. We have a teleporter here. So we're going to want to see where that goes eventually. I don't have time to do it today. Maybe we'll walk into that later. Oh, that's probably the portal we were talking about to Antiverse 2. I'm guessing that's highly irradiated water. We have a big angry Exor over there. It'll teleport over to us after we launch this bolt into it. I missed. Here he comes. Despite his large size and what I'm assuming is good strength, he's not a very good thrower. Normal Exor. So this is held by the enemy. Interesting. Well, then again, Tim, it's not any more interesting than other places that have been in that regard. Oh, Siphonis chest is here. But once again, at this point in the game, we're done with Siphonis chests, so we don't really need them. If we could, I wonder if we could, I don't think we can break down a Siphonis chest and get more Siphonis pieces from it, like porcelain shards. It'd be kind of neat if we could do that. There'd be a reason to then open them, bring them back home, and just break them down. batteries and a sow. Really? I just missed everything in that room. Oh, good. Okay. I got something. Yes! What game was that? It was Vermintide, wasn't it? Where if you threw a grenade and missed it. Oh, come on, it's the one thing I want. I can't get the milk sack. If you throw a grenade and miss every single enemy, they like mock the thrower. I remember I was playing the Inquisitor guy in that game, and I missed every enemy with a grenade, and the fire mage girl says, "Really? Not even a single one?" I love crap like that. Alright, so we have this lift here. So these are... They're supposed to be underwater, for what I'm guessing. I also see no reason why I should go into there. That looks highly irradiated. Let's take a quick dip. Okay, I don't see us being irradiated. We didn't bring any swimming gear, though, so we're not going into this. Oh, we can fish in that water, though. We won't be able to set up a fishing spot here, though, because it has enemies that are spawning in. And we were over there earlier. Okay, this is a large empty room, effectively. And now it's getting late, so we should go back home. I would like to see, though, where this tram takes us. Where do you go? Assuming that you work. Okay, this mushroom is not actually in a wall. Oh, okay. Yep, we're moving. Whoa, look at the giant crystals. We haven't seen anything that... We haven't seen any crystal caves or like yet. Oh, we're going to go up and up and up. So this will take us to the office sector, where we were a very long time ago, to the tram location where we had gone down to get the security backpack, a substantial upgrade from what we were currently using. 3 more spaces, and the only such spaced pack until you can actually access the Manufacturing West district. Okay. Well, let's go back home. Okay, let's put away our radioactive bits. I guess we'll see if we can make anything. We have a single XOR arm. Okay, let's see. So, put the milk away. Stand on the thing. So, sleep, eat, drink, head back out there again. Oh, can we make anything, by the way? Can we make... do we have any, like... We have inkfish fillet still. I think there's a food we can make out of that I've never made before. This is it. Raw, creamy inkfish. This combo of fish and fungi may be passingly edible when cooked. Is it fried? Yes.
All vacant perforations will be resetting in 3, 2, 1. Reset complete.
Made some pizza. Let's eat some of that. I guess we can have some more soup. Oh, as you can see, I've been making other foods in off screen. I figured you guys would not mind, since a lot of that's just running back and forth, checking on ingredients. Oh, cooking these and so on. We have reached our max level with 2 more things, by the way. We now have reloading level 15, so we can reload. We can sprint and reload at the same time, and crafting 15, so we can now do some other crafting bench upgrades. So we need to make a distribution pad if we want to make a metabolic temporal field, and a large storage crate if I want to make a spontaneous matter synthesizer. I guess we can make them. Let's see. So we need a large crate. So that would be this. Our fish are done. I've never made this one before, so what does this do for us? 3,600, 33 thirst, not so bad. And we are now done making food items, apparently. We've got a full freezer full of this stuff. Full freezer full of this stuff, yep. Said full twice there, Tim. Okay, so did I make the thing? I did. Alright, so let's go ahead and see how this works. This will be my first time doing this upgrade. Over time, the bench will fill a small container. Did it make the container? Oh, look at that! Okay, well, we'll take a look at this every so often. I wouldn't mind making a portal suppressor, but I don't remember what that takes. Well, who cares? Okay, so we're done here. Let's see. Let's go back over to the farm arrays. We can hear if there's any warning announcements that occur within this zone. I guess it's going to be a forest today. We did bring a jump pad. Get on the roof here. Normally, I don't do this type of exploring right away. Oh, because it's a sloped roof, we can't put this down. Oh, I'm just not... Okay. We're kind of stuck up here, then. What have we got up here? Oh! There's another way back into the tram station from up here. I don't see anything across the way. That's annoying. Okay, well, we're up here then. Now we're staying up here. That's a new Exor. The coloring is different. Alright, well, let's figure it out together. I actually have fought this one before, though. Like, I know what this thing's capable of, and it's nasty. No! My bandages need to be there. What the heck is that doing there? Woo! Tough fight. Oh! An Exor spear. I did not know they dropped their weapons. A spear that no human hands have ever touched. Present company excluded. 30 damage, as opposed to 18 from Arcane Sword. And another teleporter. Or a teleporter, portal. That is the water bot over there. Well, we have time, but if I'm going into a portal world, I better really prepare heavily for that. Let's continue to... We won't go to one of these portal worlds today. An Exor skull. There are many questions around Exor intelligence, and 4 of them are chiefly concerned with the Exor's jaw structure. We already have 3 beehives, so we don't need another one.
Welcome to Beautiful Power Services.
Thank you, Waterbot. I'm glad to be here.
Hello, organic friend.
be right with you. Or maybe I won't be. I like how the mushroom's color scheme changes as you move. Like this, the first side was red, now it's purple, and it goes over to blue on the other side. As opposed to all the colors mixed in with each other.
Fellow Gate employee, I am K18. Dr. Wakeman entrusted me to care for the plants and vegetation in this sector. Some new office plants were unexpectedly added to my routine, but I have adapted to this change. I hope you are pleased. The plants are growing so well. In fact, one has blocked the entrance to the reactors, a fungal bloom. The growth covers the lower entrance and may require a neutralizing agent. I was not given access to such chemicals, but if you wish further access to the facility, perhaps you can procure some. Please enjoy the vegetation.
The water bot. Probably a people? As weird as that would be, it is. The so-called water bot is an experimental creation of Dr. Stuart Wakeman, dedicated to nurturing nature and tending to the various plants around the Gate Cascade Research Facility. Whether actually sentient or a clever simulation is difficult to know for certain, and Dr. Wakeman continues to refuse to contribute to the GatePal database.
Are you exiting this facility as well? I have observed Gate employees passing into the portal. None have returned, so they must be happy there. But there is no one to enjoy this garden now. Only myself. Take care. I would not want you to expire soon.
So it's probably difficult to tell, but the water there has a film above it. That is the fungal bloom he's talking about. We cannot actually get into the water and potentially into the reactors themselves or to an area they're in until we can clear that fungal growth. And I know what we need is inside the portal that we had just seen. Life gives you fungal peccaries. You make fungal nade. Yep, let's say it. Everyone's waiting for it. Now, these don't look like much, but I believe this is a jump pad. There's one near the robot, and normally you would need to get onto that to leap up there and then make your way to the portal. Oh, we have a rope plant. It's a tricky jump. We did, however, bring some platforms with us. Makes that easier. Before we commit to that, let's look around. when I go back to the myco field, which I'll probably do off screen, I'm going to want more rope plants. I have only the 2 that we set up a long time ago. I was more concerned about getting lots of pretty lights established. Getting a little bit of radiation sickness. We are carrying around lots of mushrooms. Oh, thank goodness. That could have been a really bad idea. Well, we won't want for peccary meat and mushrooms as long as this area is here. A lot easier to go to get such than it would be for us going to, say, the myco fields for mushrooms. Quite a few food recipes want them. And we're back here again. Yep, we can walk directly on top of the fungus here. This is, I guess, the main growth for it, spreading across the rest of this. And we need to destroy that. It looks a lot like the same webbing we've seen before that needs the anti-thermite, but it's anti-fungal that we need now for this. Looks like there's nothing else here. Okay, so then we're not making any more progress in this area until we go into one of the portal worlds. So we're not going to do that this episode. Because we don't have time. We have only today left. This is day 3, I think. Isn't it day 3? I think it's day 3. Okay, we have an Exor skull. Our first one of those. This takes 1 space. Which means it goes into take 1 space. Container. Okay, well, since we're back home, we might as well go ahead and take care of some of what our character needs to have done. Let's see, we can make some more weaponry. But I'm not convinced we'll be taking this to a portal world. Do we use the spear? I think we do. Now, note by the way, viewer, that our sword cane lost no durability whatsoever for it. I've never seen the sword cane lose any durability whatsoever, no matter how much I use the weapon. I'm not quite sure if that's a bug or not. Well, this looks like the shock spears from the Unreal 2 game a long time ago. I like the look of it. Okay, so we take a quick nap and go back over there again. If there's anything else for us to explore. I guess what we could do is bring some anti-thermite with us. Yeah, we have time for this. Alright, so let's just head back over. You cannot right-click on a teleporter, by the way, and take it. Use it. You have to actually have it in your inventory. We don't actually need to charge it. We're not teleporting back to this location. The entrance we had seen was all the way over there. But there is another entrance here to the same location. Hydrodam people. And really filthy looking water in this area. They drop helmets, to my knowledge nothing else. The helmets they look kind of neat. I guess they do have more armor than our current helmet has. Hydroplant hats, 12 armor. A hardy helmet to protect hydroplant workers. If there was a red one, I might bring one of them back. A runic chest. An order chest. And we'll find that there is a Symphonist chest, I believe, and a gate security chest here as well. Yep, there's a Symphonist. Another runic chest. And a gate chest. So a bunch of chests, just in case you have a ton of keys lying around. We do have a bunch of order keys. And I guess we could just use them to take the order chests to open them. Man, cannibalism. Some hot zombie on zombie action over there. Well, we don't have time to really check anything else. It's 4 p.m. I don't want to commit to doing a portal until I'm better geared. So I guess we'll just go home, viewer, and do a little bit of prepping. But off-screen, I'm going to be doing some other things before we go into a portal. First off, can we break these down? What do we get? 1 plastic. I guess what we'll do, viewer, is we'll take a stock of our situation and look at the base for the remainder of this episode. Alright, so let's look around. I still haven't put up a table or sofas around here to watch the television. That's how much I care about TV these days. Good old classic CRTs. Oh, this is not yet fully charged. All of our extra keys are in this? Yes, yep. All our trinkets. I like how I positioned this with the picture above it. That kind of matches what the Symphonist chest looks like. ammo for our for our scientist weapons, all our military guns, science weapons. So we can put the ammo away too, as long as I'm doing some maintenance here. No one cares about this view. If we're not going to do anything else, like no other exploring, so if you don't care about me looking at stuff on screen with you, the stuff I already built, thank you for watching what you did, and I'll see you in the next one. I'll assume that most of you are leaving at this point. We have some rebars still. Various melee weapons that are still using. Once we no longer use some of these, we'll get rid of them. And our... what is this called again? Lodestone crossbow. This was where our magbow was located. I feel like we need a picture or something around here, but it's difficult to get a portrait onto these walls in particular. I like a creepy wall here next to our bed. A cat picture on top. Our kitchen looks pretty decent. Could maybe use another stovetop. I think it's fine. Plenty of space, lots of cabinets. Hold all that food and or drink. I should probably label which cabinets have what in them by putting some signs up above them and arrows down to the cabinets that they relate to. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we have another bobblehead. 091 is now here. Sorry, oh, that's right, yep. This one I looked up. I finally, after exploring Canaan for quite a bit and not finding any bobbleheads out there, I went online and was like, is there a bobblehead out here at all? And there is one. And it's in a really almost impossible to locate spot. If you have to know where to go, and when you're finally there, you have to kind of really thoroughly look around in it. In the swamp areas in Canaan, there is one tree near the wall in the back of it that has that hidden in a bunch of brush and growth. That growth you can walk through, but hides things that are within it. And even when you know it's there, it's still very tricky to find it in there. I kind of wish they wouldn't hide them in such, like, not only is it in an awkward spot, like, awkward's the wrong term. It's in a really, it's out of the way. You have to, like, we were exploring some of that out in the swamp, I think, together, and we didn't find anything out there. That's because we had to go exactly where to go and the angle to look down at to find it. That's a bit what I consider cheesy. But whatever. The internet exists. I can always look up where other bobbleheads are. I'm positive we've missed another one in both the hydro plant area and another one probably in Bossoir. I converted our heads to helmets now as well. Hydroponics is looking pretty nice. Ooh, we need some water on our wheat. Bunch more purple antolites ready to go. Guess we can plant those since we're not doing a whole lot of anything else. Let's see. Oh, that's a shame. Can we fit one there if this is closed? Sometimes you can. No, not today. Okay. we grew them. Might as well place them down. Sorry, viewer, I'm not doing a whole lot of talking. I should. I'm not. Okay, so what else can we do? So let's use the restroom. Wow, we haven't turned on the arcade machines in a while now. We do arguably have all of these, I'm going to say, but not quite correctly to say it this way, wasted X-ray turrets now. Now that IS-91 is safely contained, we don't really need to worry about it so much. Small my sound left. There we go. But if it ever does get out, maybe there's an event that causes it to break free, I'll be glad to still have all my defenses up in this base. I do want to begin outfitting our outskirts base to look like this base again. Like I want to build stoves over there, get X-ray turrets up, and so on, just to see how I could have made that base our permanent base. But I suppose it's really just something frivolous to do. We don't need to do that at all. Okay, let's see. I guess we'll go ahead and see what we can craft for the end of this episode. So let's see. The deatomizer. So we need the reservoir growth, absolutely. That matches this. I'm guessing we need a power cell, probably a reinforced GPU, and then a photon receptor. No. Is it an energy brick? Laser emitter. Okay, we got what it takes. Let's make a laser emitter.
Will be stopping momentarily. If you have any specimens outside of containment, return them immediately. Have an efficient and effective evening.
We'll now need to farm more of those bots, though. And I've never used this before. Does it need to be... It looks like it needs to be charged. Okay, so I'm guessing this needs... Is it this? Oh, okay. This takes a while then. So a fully charged laser collector gave me a fourth of what the deatomizer needs. What does this look like when we fire it? Okay, it's like the gluon gun. Only it's a straight laser, not like a. It's not a big Ghostbuster beam like the gluon gun was. We won't be able to benefit from our crystalline vial either for this, since it needs a laser, not energy, to recharge. Alright, well I guess I mean, if nothing else, we'll fully charge it. We'll need a spot for this weapon. I guess it's time for us to decide what other weapons we're keeping and what we're throwing away. I guess we don't need the cane sword. Alternatively, you get another chest in here. The runic chest could probably have all your melee weapons, Tim, but that will be some time. Sorry, it's always annoying to me when I'm forced to put things in spots where I don't want them, or multi-purpose a chest for some reason. It's a lot of work to actually keep this thing fully charged. Okay, well, what else can we make? Also, we should put our other crossbow here. I saw that we could make a laser sword. Okay, we're gonna let that charge more and see if maybe the things on top change colors. Like it can hold even more energy than what I think it can charge. In the meantime, I'm pretty sure the laser sword requires a normal sword to actually craft it. Laser katana. So we need a sword, probably another laser emitter, oil wiring, and maybe projection matrix? No. Carbon plating. More reinforced GPUs, and we need another laser emitter. Well, we've got the supplies. This also needs to be charged via lasers, okay. And the way I think this works is that when you swing the weapon, it sends across a laser beam. Yep, that would be hitting everything far in the distance there. Which is why I'm not swinging it around my base. That's a good way to put a little bit of damage on everything in here. Okay, cool. So we have some laser weaponry. I guess we should give one of these a try when we go into a portal world. Or maybe both of them. Oh, that doesn't look very good. Need to rotate that one. Okay, that's somewhat acceptable. Alright, guys. So that basically does it for us. We made some new laser weaponry. We'll give them a try. If I don't sound excited, I am. It's just that I'm also still kind of tired. So we'll be wrapping up this episode. I think it might be time for us to drop one of these guns from our list from our repertoire. You probably don't need the scrap shot. Nah. Alright guys, so I will stop here. Thank you everyone for watching. And when we come back, we'll be ready to do one of the portal worlds. And I will see you guys then. So thanks for watching everyone, and take care.